What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants. No hate. So I have a story to share with y'all before I get into the subject of this video. Okay, I haven't been doing lives. I've never done a live yet. There's other people I've done things with, but it's not boxing related. Now, I have a relative that he has his own channel, but it's not boxing. He does like random things. Mostly like he talks to people at different businesses and stuff like that. And just, you know, ask questions, and like I've done that with him, and his channel does good, you know. But he's able to get to random people sometimes, even like at a restaurant or something. Like sometimes you can just feel your way through things. But he has, you know, and then on his own, you know, he talks about current events and things of that nature. You know, so his channel is solid. Okay, he want to do the boxing thing. Now, he is not. He's not really too fond of like in terms of boxing itself, fighting and knowing how to fight. Yeah, he you know. But in terms of like boxing news, he's not really aware of who's out there right now. His boxing knowledge is basically all about back in the day. Now it's like he doesn't know anybody. Now, there's been times where I disappear for long periods of time just because I get so caught up and I'm doing so much that I can't make the videos like I want to. So part of the idea was, he said to me, maybe, you know, instead of doing my own channel, I can come on with you. Now, what I explained to him is I take this real serious. You know, I want the authenticity has to be there. The truth has to be there. Accuracy has to be there. And I let him, you know, I depended on him to give me information before, right? Now you give me information. I allowed him to type something in before. And actually he typed in, this was about, and you know, yo, cuz I love you, but, you know, like I told you, you know, gotta do what I gotta do. And, you know, he understands this shit. But this was when, who fought? Who fought? It was the Michaela Mayer and Natasha Jonas fight. Okay. Now, all he had to do was basically type in what I said. And he typed in some shit about Natasha Jonas won a majority. What did he type in? A majority decision draw. There's no such thing as a majority decision draw. It's either a draw, right? If it's a majority decision, that means you won. Slightly. Okay, that's all. And I'm like, okay, nah. He realized what he did, and it was like, I said, did you see what I put in there? I wrote down what I wanted him to type in. I was trying to get him used to, you know, the flow of things, and not only that, but like, just speak the truth. So when he types that in, and I see that, I'm like, cuz, nah. Oh shit, my bad. There's no such thing as a majority decision draw, man. Like, the fuck is that? Damn, nah, you know, I thought you, nah. All right, whatever. Okay. And basically, that's what happens when somebody's typing something, they're reading it, trying to, you know. And basically what I said in the passage was, she won. Okay, a majority decision. And I said that I thought that she lost. I said, and even a draw would have been gifted. And I guess he's doing that little reading. Well, that's what he was doing. He's reading fast. He's typing before he really actually, you understand, is really seeing what I'm doing. Like, just relax, man. Like, you gotta, you know. And so I'm like, all right, nah. And my thing is, for somebody to do this with me, they have to be on point. Okay, we're not going to be like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. It's not going to be no debating. Like, I need somebody that's on board that understands. You know, now my cousin is no fan of none of that, whatever. But I feel like I'm gonna stick this out by myself. If anything, I'll bring him on with me and we'll do a video together, and then he'll understand the way I do things more so than just watching my videos. It's different when you start speaking. It's like driving, right? You're on the passenger side and you've been watching a person drive forever. You jump behind the driver's seat, now it's different. You know, I've been on his channel doing videos with him and stuff at times, and, you know, but it's a completely different thing. And that's more of his thing. It's not that he can't get the boxing thing, but he has to get it. Now, let me tell you what he did today. And this is where, y'all know I'm a man about mine. So, I had to scrap a video. Because, now, there's a fighter, and I said it in the video, named Ben Whitaker. I've never heard of him, never seen him fight until today. You know, so what happened is somebody shouted me out. It's another young cat, got a channel, he shouted me out. And so this guy is actually also like connected to my cousin's channel as well. And my cousin was telling me, yo, you gotta see this dude named Ben Whitaker, man. Yo, he can fight. Yo, he's different. I said, Ben Whitaker, I never heard of him. Okay. So basically, now I will tell you, I started to post that shit in the community section, but that's not. The information was wrong. He actually, and the link, even it says he was from the UK, but it was a different city than I seen on Box Record, and I go by, like, for me, I see a lot of things on like Box Record has, you know, all the fighters' records and all of that, how many different weight classes they fought at and all this type of stuff. And then, you know, boxing news, like I have, like, for me, like I said, what I don't do is what he did. He watched somebody else's channel. He tried to get information for that person. That person sent him a link. And that link had this guy as a lightweight. And I'm like, how the fuck is this dude 6'3" fighting as a lightweight? I'm like, okay. So what happened when I started watching the videos, I sat here and watched him fight. He had 6 fights. I started watching, like, everything. And I'm like, okay. Now I'm watching it with the sound down because I was doing something at the same time. And I'm watching him and I said, okay. The kid that he's actually subscribed with on his channel as well, he has, like, videos of this guy. And he has, like, little compilation videos. So I guess, you know, and I'm not trying to put him on blast either, you know, but he had his information fucked up. But the information he had, wherever he got it from, it straight up has this guy as lightweight. And I'm watching him. Now, it hit me later. And I'm looking at him like, wait a minute. Because he's like, yo, he kind of remind me of Thomas Hearns. When he said that, I said, what the fuck remind you of Thomas Hearns other than he's tall? He's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's tall and rangy and linky, right? And I'm watching. I said, okay, cool. So I'm doing the video. Now, when I did the video, my cousin was sitting right there in the house with me. It's after we did the video. And I upload that shit. And I'm like, I'm going to watch some more. Like I said in the video. And I really started watching. I looked. I said, wait a minute. And I said, this motherfucker can't be no... I'm like, you said, wait. Lightweight? I'm like, this dude... Because, you know, at 6'3", to be 175 pounds, he's a light heavyweight. And I'm like, you know, because he looks skinny. But I'm saying if this dude was 135, he'd look a lot skinnier than that. So I said, wait a minute. Hold on. Then I kind of got mad I got irritated, but I got mad at myself. That's what happens when you trust somebody else to do something. But I said, nah, you know what? Let me chill. Because he's not. You understand what I mean? Like, he's not. And I said, cuz, the information you got, I said, nah. When I typed this information, I said, nah, man. This information you gave me is wrong. He's like, yeah, I got it from the dude that, you know, on the other channel, whatever. He's like, you know, but that's what it says. I said, yeah, it does say that. And I see it. And he wouldn't know because he saw the picture. Now, when he seen him fight, it didn't hit him like, nah, this dude can't be light heavy. And I'm sitting up here like, all right, cool. We chilling. We multitasking. I'm getting my shit together and I'm watching. Got the sound down. Like, all right, cool. Had music on. So anyway, like, all right, cool. Let me cancel all that. We're going to do this video. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I never heard of him. So at lightweight, I'm like, okay, you know, you got Keyshawn Davis there. You know, you got Tank Davis there. And I'm like, why they never talk about this guy? And I'm so into that, like I said, when I caught it after I uploaded the damn video, and I'm like, nah, man, this motherfucker ain't no lightweight. So I'm like, nah, I got to scrap that damn video, man. So I put the video up, I pulled it down. And he like, damn, cuz I fucked up again. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it, man, listen. And that's where I'm like, look, man, you got to take this shit serious, man. You got to look. So I'm showing him what to look for. Ain't the end of the world. You know, whatever. I'm man enough to say, yeah, shit does happen. This is why I don't really want to, and the only reason I really haven't started doing lives is because the time won't be consistent, man. Like, I don't want to be a person that I do a live today. Next live might be 2 months later. So like, I want to be able to at least do, you know, at least 2 a week, at least. Whatever, just, you know, at least. And, you know, things do change. Sometimes you know, you get the time that you don't have. And if he understood his shit, he would have been a cool addition to where he would be able to do his own videos, and I would allow him to do that on the channel. He'd be a part of the channel. But he has to get more knowledgeable first. And he's like, yeah, cuz, you know, you're right, though. He said, damn, that's my apologies. He apologized like 1,000 times. He like, nah, because I know about Frazier Norton and all of them, Tyson, Holyfield, Bowe, and like, I don't really know all these guys here, man. Like, you know, he know of like Tank Davis, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, you know, Juan Manuel Marquez, like, you know, Terrence Crawford. He knows Roy Jones, like people like, but he doesn't really have interest. He's one of them people that lost interest in boxing really after Roy Jones left. You know, it was like that was the last hurrah as far as him really following boxing. Like, he's like, I said, all right, you know, he's because of me, coming around me, he watches it a lot more than he used to. So he started getting back into it. So my whole thing was, yeah, we gonna have the like to be is not, I don't want you to try to be me. I want you to be you, but I want you to, if you pay attention to my videos, you see how I do things. And I don't want anybody to come on my channel and do the opposite of what I do. You know, and it's very hard for people to do what I do simply because they are fans and I'm not. And I'm honest. I don't have to make excuses for anything. I don't have to, like, you know, I like that fighter. He got his ass whooped. Let me find an excuse to throw at him or make form. I don't do that kind of stuff. So, you know, I you know, like I said, if anything, I'll bring him on with me where we can talk about something that he understands as well, and then we'll you know, I want to give you guys nothing but quality, man. You know, bottom line. So that shit happens. There's times I made many videos. I had to scrap them because, like, just say, for example, today's Monday. If I make a video today and then I don't upload it right away, then I get caught up. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Then it's Wednesday, it's Thursday. By Wednesday or Thursday, more news have come out. So now what I just did is updated. So now I have to scrap that. So there's a lot of things that go on. And that's why, like, for me, I don't need a bunch of fancy equipment. And all I need is my phone and my tripod. I don't need to turn my house, like my room in my house, to a like podcast area. And I don't need to do all of that. You know, I'm all about authenticity. I've never watched anybody's video because they got a big ass microphone in front of their face and they're sitting in front of a computer screen or whatever. Never. And that's one of the things I taught him today. Really, I mentioned it to him before. I said, like, I don't, like, let me make example. Let's just say, for example, if, okay, let's just say if Lady Chan made a video right now, and let's say her video said breaking news, Tyson Fury versus Usyk is off. I don't listen to Lady Chan and then go make a video based off what Lady Chan said. I listen to people things at times because I enjoy their content. Again, I'm listening to see like what exactly happened. Now, what I do is, let me pull this up. It will be on Seconds Out. It will be on Fight Hype. It will be on the boxing news channels that I check. When I say boxing news channel, I mean actual news. I'm talking about confirmed news. I'm not talking about other content creators. That way, now when I read the story, you know, I'm reading it from actual sources that I've always went to. You know, I don't go by what other content creators are saying. But if I see certain things, like, okay, because I see a whole lot of stuff I don't talk about that other content creators talk about, like, you know, I don't want to talk about that. And in fact, it's funny because the video that I did, I was actually looking at the information that was sent to me on my tablet, and I'm looking at it and I'm reading his stuff off and everything, and it had him at lightweight, 135 pounds, and I'm like, okay, this dude is a problem. Because this motherfucker going to be able to go, he's definitely not going to stay at 135. I'm looking like, what the, you know, when something just didn't feel right, you know? Okay, so, like I said, cuz, I love you, but you know what it is, man. Like, you know, with anything, I'll bring him on with me. And y'all will see him sitting there with me, and we'll discuss some things. And we'll do it that way, and then once he's comfortable and understands and get the knowledge and understanding, and like he has to understand how I do things. Like he's gonna see this video as well. Like I told him, you know, it's cause I love him. I ain't gonna, you know, play him out, even though he fucked up twice already. But nah, you know, like real shit. I just want him to understand how I do things, and that's what I'm saying. I don't care who his family or not, whoever. We have to be on the same page with things, and you have to understand how I do things. Like I said, it's not about that. Oh, I love their chemistry because, you know, Aries see things one way, he see it another way. I don't want him to agree with something that like, because I see it, speak your mind. But what we're not going to do is play fanboy shit. We're not going to debate. We're not going to argue and sit there like a bunch of fucking kids. I'm not into that goofy shit. Now, he knows better than that shit. You know, we don't do that. You know, I don't do that with anybody. So on my channel or nobody else's, we have discussions. But the bottom line is, you know, and for me to bring him on, it's not just to do it. It has to be something there. You know what I mean? So, and I need him to be confident in what he's saying and what he's doing. So I'm not sitting here carrying two people, or I'm speaking and he really has nothing to say. Then what the fuck are you in the video for? You know, and he's been in the room a lot of times when I'm doing my videos. People in my house, my sons are home, you know, whatever. My wife is home. My cousin's at the house at times, and like sitting right there when I'm doing the video. You know, but yeah, so I'm just sharing that with y'all, man, because like I said, things happen, and that's what a real man does. But I always, you guys know, I have no problem explaining myself to people, and there's times people make comments, and I will make an actual video to address it. Now, because I address you don't mean I'm coming at you. And there's people I did come at, and I chewed their asses up because they came at me the wrong way. You know, but yeah, I have no problem addressing people so you can understand what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, because when you type things, a lot of times people read messages, I think they don't take your energy the right way. So, you know. So anyway, yes, that's how that went. Now, let me talk about the guy I wanted to talk about, which is Ben Whitaker. Now, he's a light heavyweight, not a lightweight. And like I said, if y'all would have saw the video, you see, like, I told you, I don't know him, and I never heard of him. When I saw him, I said, I like what I see this guy doing. That's why I'm in the video, I'm saying, why the fuck? I was like, I don't know why they don't bring this guy's name up. Like, it's obvious they don't want to fight this guy at all, because he's only 6 fights in, and I was explaining some things, and I'm looking, it's like, damn. Yeah, if I posted that up right there in the community section where you can see it, you see, like, yeah, they fucked it up. I did that before. They did it with but see, I know who Jamal Charlo is, with Jamal Charlo, and they had Jamal Charlo as a damn lightweight. And I'm like, when the hell was Jamal Charlo ever a lightweight? And that's the same thing with this, but it wasn't even the same information. But you know, And you know, I'm not. I don't want to say nothing about the other kid, and then so I'm not trying to, you know, y'all go watch his videos and then like, oh, this dude, you know, whatever. He has his following. He does what he does, and that's that. The kid didn't mean harm. He just didn't have his shit together as far as knowing, because I've never heard of Ben Whitaker. I know nothing about this kid, man, until I watched him fight due to my cousin, you know, hooking me up with the link and all, and I'm like, okay, cool. Now, Ben Whitaker is a light heavyweight, and it makes a lot more sense now that he's 6'3", you know, but I'm sitting there watching this guy, and I'm like, yeah, he's a mixture of Emmanuel Augustus and Prince Naseem Hamed. He has that type of movement, the type of, like he has Naseem's evasiveness with Emmanuel Augustus' movement, throwing punches off the weird angles, like the looping shots and all that, like Hamed, throwing the sneaky shots, you know, like Augustus. I like how he throws. Like, I love that kind of shit myself. Like, man, I'll shoot the jab and the uppercut off it, or jab hook off, like the same hand. Just, you know what I mean? The combinations, 4 or 5 punch combinations and stuff like that. Like, he's a complete fighter. He's only 6 fights in. Now, I feel like, you know, at light heavyweight, we've been talking basically out of the whole light heavyweight. We talk about Bivol and, you know, Beterbiev more than anybody else. And for him to be a light heavyweight, I'm just looking at, damn, okay. Now, Beterbiev is 38 years old. And, you know, you don't know how long any fighter is going to be around. You know, but his clock is ticking faster than everybody else's, man, that we named. And, you know, this guy, Ben Whitaker, is 26 right now. So, you know, he has 6 fights in, and he's solid. He's entertaining. I can tell you, like, the referee in the last fight that he had with this guy, Khalid, I forget his last name. I don't know him either. I don't know. In fact, the 6 guys I saw him fight, I don't know any of them. You know, I didn't know who Ben Whitaker was. You know, and the light heavyweight division really don't have a lot of big names. So I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, the referee was annoying, man, because, you know, this guy, Ben Whitaker, is a showman. He loves the showboat, and he pretty much, like, ref is stopping him and telling him to stop. And, like, it's not like he's showboating and not fighting, man. It's like, I mean, goddamn. Like, let the guy do what he's doing. I find that entertaining. He's fighting, he's winning, he's whooping ass at the same time, throwing shots, hands down, like getting out of the way, slide right under. I mean, it's like, you know, I seen him get cracked a couple of times in this showboating, you know, but hey, listen, he was never in danger of going down. And I'm watching him, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can get used to watching him fight. Boxing needs that. Boxing really needs that. And when you look at the light heavyweight division, this is my point. It's not a lot of names there that you really care about. So, how soon he breaks into the top 10, you know, only time will tell. But he's, you know, for him, you know, at 6'3", and him fighting at light heavyweight, what I'm thinking with him is like, it might come down to like him and Bivol to become rivals. There's nobody else. I mean, because like I said, Beterbiev is 38 already, man, and you know, you know, guys like Lyndon Arthur. You got different guys. You got different guys, you know, that he can, you know, fight, of course, before he get to a Bivol or before he get to a Beterbiev. But, you know, Anthony Yard, different guys that's there. But I don't really think that with him having only 6 fights, I don't really think, though, looking at his skill level, it's going to take him as long. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't to break into the top 10. Now, I'm not at all saying rush him. But I mean, like, he's solid. Like, the guy can fight. Now, that showboating too much can backfire. It can backfire, yes, of course. But you know, when you watch him fight, you see the confidence in him. He has some dog in him, man. He comes to bang. You know, and like I'm like, damn, I was more entertained watching his 6 fights than I am with like watching a whole boxing card, man. Like he has that it factor. And I'm watching just like I said, the confidence, the combination throwing, the footwork, the head move, everything. And you got guys like Roy Jones, Naseem Hamed, like with their awkwardness, wasn't conventional boxers, and he's another one. And like I said, I respect the guy that can go in there and display his craft in the ring, not somebody sitting back typing, talking real tough behind the keyboard, sitting up here talking about sending a contract, knowing damn well they don't want to fight, and just basically talking. You can't get them in the ring. And this is a guy right here, man, that because he's 6'3". Now, I don't know if he can get down to 168. If he needs to try to get down to 168. If anything, at 6'3", he's 26 years old. He'll probably stay at light heavyweight as long as he can make the weight. Problem with cruiserweights, I mean, you got this guy Whitaker there, right? But the cruiserweight division is another division that's just never been stacked. It doesn't, so I don't know, man. Like my thing is, I'm just looking at like who the possible matchups for him, and like in terms of him going through the competition and just basically getting to the point where he is fighting for the light heavyweight championship. Now, who that will be, we don't know. I heard Anthony Yard, he was saying he doesn't feel like Bivol has enough to keep Whitaker off of him. Now, for people that think Whitaker will win, that's fine. For people that think Bivol will win, that's fine, right? But one thing that you got to understand is Anthony Yard isn't Dimitri Bivol. And it's not always about punching power. I keep saying this because people just keep talking about power. It's not like Bivol can't punch, okay? And at the same time, you got to understand, Bivol is a smart boxer, a slick, smart boxer. He's basic, but he has slickness with it. He's disciplined, okay? That is something that people overlook. And a guy like Anthony Yard, who doesn't have those attributes that Bivol has, he's a power puncher. So yeah, it's common for people to think that way, but it goes to show you like how closed-minded a lot of people are. When you and I tell people this all the time, like somebody was asking me, like, if you was training Bivol, how would you train him to fight Whitaker? And I told him, I said, well, okay, first off, we've seen what Bivol can do, right? So basically, I wouldn't change anything. Like, for what he does, I'll tell him to be himself, do what he does. Use your range, use your reach, use your movement. Don't stand there and take unnecessary punishment. Get in, get out, get your shots. Back him up when you need to, dictate the pace, stay off the ropes. If your back hit the ropes, slide down, slide out. You understand what I mean? Keep that jab in his face, stay behind that jab, work off your jab, and basically, as you're throwing your power shots, bang him, crack him, get in, get out. Let him use his momentum when he comes in. You sidestep, you move, you catch your shots. And you time up if you need to, when you need to, and then you dictate the pace. You make him do what you want to do. So, what I'm saying is, it's like people have this mentality. They think that you completely change a fighter from fight to fight. No, you know how to fight already. We just have a game plan of, okay, look at what Whitaker does right. Look at what he's good at. Look at let's see what we can exploit. I mean, it's easy to, like when people say that, they always make it seem like I said, like you just, when you say back to the lab, like, no, we're not trying to create a new fighter, man. No, we're going to, get you ready for this particular fight, and it's a fight by fight basis. So, I think for the people that ask me that question, I think it's because they feel like what Anthony Yard is saying about, he doesn't have any, anything to keep Whitaker off of him. And when you can move all night long, when you got good footwork, you can get in, you can get out, it's different. It's different. So, yeah, that will be interesting to see as this guy moves up in the rankings and Ben Whitaker. Yeah, like I said, man, he's a mix between Emmanuel Augustus and Prince Naseem Hamed. The only thing that like I said, that I could understand, like what my cousin was saying, was his height with Hearns. Well, Hearns was 6'1". This dude is 6'3". And, I didn't bring Hearns in it at all. I didn't think of Hearns at anything. I understood, especially when you saw the misinformation of him being ranked as a lightweight, and we know Hearns, him fighting at 147 and being 6'1", his frame was gonna fill out. He's gonna be able to put more weight on as well, and Hearns wound up going all the way to cruiserweight. So, yeah, and of course by then he was, just a shell of himself. But yeah, this guy Ben Whitaker, I'm gonna be checking for him. I'm gonna watch. Look, in fact, like when I go home, tonight I'm actually gonna, put him up on the big screen, and I like watching him fight, and he's a fighter that I'm gonna keep my eyes on from now on. And it was just so funny, like I said, because I never heard of him, never seen him fight, and I think like we was hyped up, like, okay, cool, this is gonna be a cool video to make about him, and that's what I like to do, man. Like, I did a video about Austin Trout because he just won a welterweight title in bare knuckle fighting, and it's like you see a lot of these fighters, man. Like, if Austin Trout was dead, people would be talking about R.I.P. Austin Trout. Yeah, he really beat Canelo, man. That's fucked up. Blah blah blah. It's like, it's not so much. I mean, you can consider it giving them their flowers if you want to say it like that, whatever. But it's more, for me, it's just more of a thing of like, look, man, these guys are still here. They find something else that they can do, and you know what could help bare knuckle fighting become, more appealing than it already has? If you have more actual boxers, right? When they pass their prime, they get to that point, and then they go into bare knuckle fighting. It will get to a point where really, actual boxers will start working with a lot of these guys and like really teach them how to actually box, where it helps them out. Because if you watch the fight with Austin Trout, both fights, he's only had 2 fights in bare knuckle, and if you watch it, he was so comfortable in there, slipping with his hands down, making the guy miss, making like by far, just it's like it was nothing. And like I said in that video, one thing I always notice about bare knuckle fighters, they love to like rush in and try to load up on shots and just hope something lands. And see, that's what happened. You can get that off with rookies. You can get that off with other guys, in that same seat. But real boxers know how to avoid all of that. They know how to counter. They know everything. But it's still differences in the technique, And you got to remember too, like Austin Trout's 38. The guy he fought was 43. But him doing that, Paulie went there and failed, like I said. But, more guys from boxing come in could actually change the way these bare knuckle fighters are actually fighting. And, if they can, and if they can actually get boxing coaches in to really, help these guys shape up, because, we've seen some mess of fights happen where it's like, okay, did I just watch that? But yeah, so I like to like see people do different things. I like to, I watch combat sports in general. So, and yeah, man, like this guy Ben, like and the funny thing is, I'm like, does anybody talk about Ben Whitaker? Because I've never heard of him at all. And so, yeah, so now I'm going to check for him. And you see how he develops, as he's going through the rankings, man, yeah, yeah. And then too, you also look at who's at 168 right now. You never know who may wind up going up to 175. as well. But I'm interested. The thing about it, the way he beats his opponents is what's really interesting, and more so than the opponents themselves. And not that these guys don't have decent skills, at least, but just the point he dominates, man. If he was in there struggling with these guys, it wouldn't really be interesting at all, because then it's like, okay, you're struggling with these underclassmen, but like, he just make guys look like crap. Like, he really is a talented guy, and hopefully, man, like we get to see him, get in a big fight sooner than later. But like, he's only 6 fights in, and I don't know what their plans are for him. Like how when they feel like he's actually ready. I don't know how big of a star he is in the UK. And like I said, when I go home, I'm going to watch with the sound on, and because I was multitasking earlier, and I'm going to sit down and just really watch all of his fights, or most of them, or whatever I can. So as soon as I finish this video, I'm uploading it, and I'm out on my way. And yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and I also I like the fact that he's working with Javon Sugar Hill, like that's his trainer. So yeah, man, yeah. I just wish the referees let the guy fight, let him do his thing, stop interfering, telling him to stop, doing his little showmanship stuff and all that, man. Let the guy spice things up, man. He's not hitting anybody low. He's not doing anything illegal. Let the guy fight. Let him do his thing, man. And he's so comfortable doing it. That's what really make it stand out, because he's comfortable and they're doing what he's doing, he stands out as a fighter. Like, he definitely stands out. And you're gonna have people that don't like all of the showmanship stuff that he does. And they're going to say, like, yo, all right, I bet you he won't do that against Bivol. Or, okay, let's see. It's not about, now the showmanship is not what's going to win the fight for you. But what I'm saying, let's see. I remember people said the same thing. Pinell not going to be able to play with Chavez like that. He treated Chavez the same way he did everybody else. The same exact way. Wasn't no different. So, I'm interested to see what he can do. I like special fighters. I get more into the Roy Joneses, the Norrises, the Mayweathers, and like people who have their own niche, but they're special at it. Like, I always like that, man, because when you watch these guys, like it just watching the craft, watching someone go in there and do what they do. Others might not like it, they might not get it, and that's fine. Everybody's not gonna always see things the same way. And most of the time it's biased anyway, but it's okay. But yeah, man, if you guys haven't seen him, check him out. And most definitely, he's really standing out in a different way. He's having fun in there, and he is a guy that if you put him in there with these guys and keep it going, I want to, like, I don't know if he's ready for Saudi right now, or if Saudi's ready for him right now, however you want to say it, because he's only 6 fights in. But like, this dude is like, he has that it factor, and you want to see him fight with all the top guys. You want to see him watch his career as he go through the rankings, like I said, and get there. You never know who's going to be the champ at the time, or how things are going to go, but he brings life to the light heavyweights. That's for damn sure. And like, if he does end up fighting Bivol and beat him, or and I know I'm not really saying Bataryev's name too much, because like I said, he's 38 already. You don't know how much longer he's going to be around, but bottom line is, he stands out as it is. He beats Bivol, he beats Batarev. He'll definitely be like the guy at light heavyweight, and so, I mean, it gives you a reason to watch the light heavyweights, most definitely. So I'm looking forward to his fights for sure. But yeah, tell me what y'all think about him, man. Like to me, that's the mix. It's Emmanuel Augustus and Prince Naseem Hamed. That's what he reminds me of. a mixture between the both of them. Let me know what y'all think about him in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings here to people, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Cause that's how you do it.